everybody, and welcome to the first match in the Deathball League. Today, the Rat City Rebels will face the Fire Pit Trappers in the very first match of this league. The Fire Pit Trappers is a hybrid demon team. They line up with one shooter, one brawler, and 3 linemen, and they look deadly. And they will face the Rat City Rebels. Rat City Rebels is a Ratmen skill team, and they have the fast as lightning trait. They line up with a shooter and the very dangerous dodger, as well as 3 linemen. They are fast, but they are also fragile. Let's see if they can get past the demons. The game will last 40 turns, and you can find all rules in the description. Now let's roll off. The demons will use the red dice, and they will roll a 1, and the Ratmen will begin this game with a roll of 6. And of course, the Ratmen will go for the ball and try to get to the end zone as fast as possible. 1 action for this lineman. Next up, another lineman, and he will be able to take 1 action. He will move and stay in position around the ball. Then the shooter, and he will fail his activation roll. It's a turnover, and the demons will activate now. So what will they do? No one has the ball. The red demon lineman will activate once, and he will move up to the rat lineman, and then the brawler. It's a big red fire demon. He will not be able to move and attack, but he can move, and he will block the lineman here. Then the green demon lineman, and he will be able to activate twice. So he will begin with a move action, and then he will attack the lineman here. So he will need a 4 to hit him, but no. Next up, the star of the demon team, the shooter demon. She will activate twice. 1 move action, and then a second move action, and she will try to pick up the ball. She has a skill value of 3, but she will fail and the ball will bounce. Maybe it was the rat lineman who was the distraction here, but the ball will bounce in this direction 3 squares. Final activation will be the blue demon lineman. He will make 2 fails, so it is a turnover no matter what, but he can move. And then the Rat City Rebels will activate. The central lineman will play it safe and only try 1 activation die without any success. And then the dodger. The dodger will be able to move once. And he will move not his full range, but slightly to the right of the pitch. And the shooter will fail 2 activation dice. He will be able to make 1 move, and he will move to the ball and try to pick it up, and he will actually be successful because of his skill value of 3. He will only need a 2 to pick up the ball, and now the ball is in the possession of the Ratmen. But it's a turnover, and the demons will activate. The blue lineman demon is close to the Ratman shooter, and he will activate twice. So he will move right up into the face of the Ratman, and he will attack. He will need only at 3, but he fails his attack. Now the shooter, she will make 2 out of her 3 activation dice. She will try to leave the control zone of the lineman, but that will give him 1 free attack. But he will not hit her, so the succubus shooter demon will make it up to the Ratman shooter. And what will she do now? Maybe try to tackle him and gain the ball. And she will. She needs a 4 because they have the same skill, and she rips the ball out of the Ratman's claws. The demon has the ball. Now this red lineman will try to attack, but he fails twice. It's a turnover, the Ratmen will activate. First, the central positioned lineman, he will activate twice. And he will, of course, go directly for the demon with the ball. And he will make the attack. He has one more brawl value than the shooter, so what will happen? It's a 9. The succubus shooter demon will be hit, and she will be stunned. She will be slammed to the ground, and the ball, of course, will slip out of her hands and bounce, and it's in direction 4. 1 is up, so we can count to 4 in clockwise direction, so it's in this position, but only 1 square. The Ratmen will continue their activation, and it's the Dodger, and he will fail miserably. Turnover, the demons will activate. So the ball is on the ground now, right between Ratman and Demon. What will they do? The Red Demon lineman will fail completely, and initiative will go to the Ratman once again. Now this lineman is completely unmarked, but he will also fail both of his activation dice. Back to the demons now. So now the green one, and he is quite a bit more effective. 2 activations, he will attack the Ratman. He will need a 4. And it's a successful attack. Now what will happen? It's at 10. The Ratman will be knocked out of the game, and then he will move his second action into the ball, and he will pick it up. He has a skill value of 2, so he needs a 3 to pick it up. So he slammed a Ratman out of the game and moved in and picked up the ball. That must certainly be a successful activation. And now the Brawler Demon. 2 activations. He will attack, and he will need a 3 because of his brawl value. He fails his first attempt, but the second attempt will be successful, and he will slam the Ratman into the floor, and he will be very lucky that he is not out of the game yet. Finally, the Red Demon here, what will he do? He will try 3 activation dice. He will fail 2 of them, but he will manage to make his move action before it's the Ratman's turn. 4 Ratmen on the pitch, and the demons have the ball. So this lineman will make 1 recovery action, and the Dodger will gamble with 3 activation dice here, and he will fail 2 of them. The demons will get their turn very shortly, but he can make 1 action, and he will move close into the demon's control zone. So he will mark the demon with the ball, but now the demons have a chance maybe to put the ball all the way to the end zone. The shooter will make 1 successful action. She will recover, stand up, and now the brawler, he will try with 2 activation dice. 1 is good, so he will attack the lineman once again, and he is certainly successful. He will hit, but this time he will only be pushed back out of the demon's control zone. So now the green demon here, the lineman with the ball, he will attempt 3 actions, and he will make 2 of them. So in his first action, he will attack the Dodger. He will only need a 3 because the Dodger has a brawl of 1 and the lineman 2. So he is successful, but he will only push the Dodger slightly back here, but that will get him out of the control zone. And for his second action, he will move 4 squares, and he will target the end zone. And the red lineman will fail 2 activation dice, but with the 1 he managed to roll, he will attack, but fail. So the Ratmen will now have a chance to stop the demons from scoring. How? Well, let's see. They will begin with the Dodger, and he will make 1 activation, and that action will take him into to the green demon's control zone once again. Remember, the Ratmen can move 5 squares because they are fast as lightning. But the lineman here will fail completely, and that will leave the turn to the demons. So the green demon is very close to the end zone. Can he push the dodger away? No, he fails. He is too nervous. Ratman will gain the initiative once again. The speedy but weak dodger will try to do something. He will have one good action, so he will try to tackle the ball out of the demon's claws. He will need a 4. No, the demon will keep the ball. And now the lineman here, he will make 2 good actions. So what will he do? He will try to leave the control zone of the red demon. The demon will get a free attack, but he will hit nothing but air. So the Ratman can move down to block the way of the demon, but he can also attack him. Well, a 3 is not enough. He needed a 4. The green demon is still standing, and he still has the ball. The lineman here will move twice, and he will decide to move up the pitch. So he will be in position if the Ratman can get the ball. The red fiery demon lineman will try to activate twice. He will make 1 action, and he will be able to move 4 squares into the control zone of the lineman here. And then the blue demon, he makes 1 action, and he decides to attack the Ratman shooter. He rolls a 6, a powerful hit. What will happen? He will be stunned, and that frees up the shooter demon. She will take a chance with 3 activation dice, and she will make 2 of them, so she will move once and twice, and she will position herself in the end zone. And the brawler demon will make 1 action, and he will try to chase down the Ratman here. And then the Ratmen will have their turn. The team captain, the Ratman shooter, will try with only 1 activation die. He will play it safe and see if he can recover, and he can. He's back on his feet, and now what? The dodger, he will once again try to do something, and he will really do something. He will try to take the ball, and he will fail his first attempt, and he will try again. No, he will not be able to tackle the ball. This demon really has a solid grip on the ball. Now, what about the lineman? He also makes 2 activation dice. He will attack the demon, but he will need a 5 because the red demon is also in the control zone, and he will also fail twice. A lot of failed attempts at the moment. They can't tackle, they can't hit. But the lineman here, he can. And he will try to get away from the brawler demon. That will be a really long shot, but he is optimistic, I guess. So back to the demons. Can they finally get the ball to the end zone? Red demon lineman will make 1 action, and he will try to hit with a flaming fist against the rat lineman. He will hit, and he will also knock him down, not out of the match, but down, so he's out of the way. And now the green lineman. He still has the ball. He takes a chance with 3 activation dice, and he will make 2 successful actions. He will try to escape the control zone of the dodger. He will have a free attack, but need a 5. And, well, he makes the hit. He was almost in the end zone, but then he was hit. He will only be pushed, but no matter what happens, he will still lose the ball. And from the square where he was hit, the ball will bounce, and it will bounce directly up 2 squares. So the ball is loose, but it's still the demon's turn, and the shooter demon in the end zone sees a chance, tries with 3 activation dice, and she is highly successful. She will move to the square with the ball and try to pick it up. She is a skilled shooter, so she will only need a 2, and she is successful, and with lots of remaining actions, she can run into the end zone. And the succubus shooter demon has scored 1 point for the demons, a beautiful goal, and now the teams will line up once again. The Ratman has a knocked out player, and with a roll of 1, he will still be knocked out. So the Ratman will only field 4 players. 1 up for the demons, and the Ratman will have the first turn. And that's a disastrous beginning of that turn. They will immediately leave the initiative to the demons. So 1 good action, the green demon will move up the pitch. What about the blue lineman? He will activate once as well, and he will protect the ball. He will not pick it up though. I guess he'll leave that to the shooter. She will move once and try to pick up the ball. Remember, she will only need a roll of 2. So once again now, the ball is in the possession of the demons. They can still activate the brawler demon here. 2 good actions, and that will take him all the way up to this lineman. And finally, the red demon. He will also make 1 action but fail 2. So it's a turnover. What will the Ratmen do now? The Dodger will try to activate with 2 activation dice. And 1 is good. So he can move up to 5 squares. He will only move into the control zone of the green demon lineman. The lineman here also 1 action, and that will also take him up to the green demon. It's a game of field position now. Remember, there are only 4 Ratmen on the pitch because 1 of them is still knocked out. So the shooter here will have 2 good actions. He will move up to the green demon, try to attack him. He will need a 4 because he has a lineman to aid him, but he will fail anyway. And they will choose to give the turn to the demons. The blue demon is completely unmarked, but he will move only once. He will target the end zone. Maybe it's time to shoot the ball. The red demon will make 1 action and he will attack the lineman. He's a brawler, but he rolls a 1. So no hit. And then the shooter will activate. She will try with 3 activation dice, and this time she'll completely fail them all. The Ratman will move now. And we are a little over halfway through this match. The red lineman will try to activate. He will have 1 action and he will attack the green demon. And that's a very successful hit. What will happen? He will only push the demon back and out of the control zone. But that could be a good move because now the shooter has a clear path. He is not into anyone's control zone and he will make 2 good actions. So he will move 1 square into the control zone of the demon shooter and then he will attack. And no, again a failed attempt. The Dodger will try to activate, and there will be 3 successful actions. And he will move down the pitch and try to leave the control zone. He will now use his dodge ability. If he rolls a 3, he will ignore attacks. But unlucky for him, he doesn't, but the green demon will fail his hit. So he will be able to take 3 actions. 1, up to the succubus demon. His second action will be a hit. He will need a 4, and that's a good hit. The succubus will be struck and she will be stunned, and that of course means she will lose the ball. And the ball will bounce 2 squares and land right between the lineman and the green demon. And then his third and final action, the dodger will move down the pitch. So no further Ratmen can or will activate. So the demons will try to do something. The shooter is back up with a recovery action. The red demon lineman will activate with 1 action, and he will move into the control zone of the shooter, but he can't do anything else. Now the green lineman, no, the brawler instead, he will have 1 action, and I bet he will attack. He will hit the poor rat lineman, and he will slam him to the floor of this pitch. The blue lineman now, he will try to activate 3 times, but he will fail only 1 activation, and he will move out to the outer zone, and the Ratman will get the next turn. And this lineman fails all 3 activation dice. Initiative back to the demons again. And he will try 2 activations. He will make 1. So 1 action, what will he do? He is really in doubt. Will he move back? No, he will try to move into the square with the ball and pick it up. And with a roll of 6, he will grab the ball. And then he will move out of the control zone. And that will give 1 free attack to the rat lineman. He will need a 4, but he will fail, and the green demon will continue its movement. It's not as fast as the Ratman, but still he has control of the ball. He has moved to the outer zone, and he also has a blue lineman very close nearby. The red demon now will attack, and he will hit the shooter. He would have needed a roll of 3 because he has a higher brawl value, and he will attack and bring the shooter down. And the brawler will also make 1 action. He will try to attack the Ratman already stunned, and he will be successful. Ooh, this could be bad, but no, he is still only stunned, already on the ground. Finally, the shooter, she will make 2 good actions. And she makes 1 move action and a 2nd move action into the control zone of this Ratman. So the Ratman will now be able to have their turn, but they have 2 Ratmen on the ground, and they have demons running for the end zone. Can they stop them? First, the shooter will try to recover. He will not. The lineman here, who was attacked twice, will get up, and this lineman will fail 2 activation dice. The demon will have their turn. They will try to activate the green demon lineman. He will need 2 good actions to be able to reach the end zone. And in a very, very cool style, he will activate not twice, but 3 times, and he will rush into the end zone. It's another goal for the demon team, and they have taken a 2-0 lead. And the teams will line up once again, and the knocked out Ratman is still unconscious, and that leaves his 4 poor teammates on the pitch. Stunned players will not be able to position themselves. They will only be able to get up where they are, and that in this case leaves the Ratman shooter right next to the ball. And he will take 2 actions. He will first move and try to pick up the ball. He will need a roll of 2, and with a 4 he is good, and then he will run. Run, run, run. 1 and then his second action, and that will take him right to the edge of the end zone. Unfortunately for him, not into it. And now the rest of his team. A lineman here will activate once, and he will run right up against the demons, and the dodger will do the same. And the final linemen also, they cannot reach them, but they can rush towards them. Now it's the demons' turn. Can they stop the Ratmen from scoring? No, they failed their first activation. The turn counter says 29, and the Ratman with the ball will of course try. He will only need one good activation, and he is successful. That will take him into the end zone, and it's a goal for the Rat City Rebels. There is hope for the Ratmen team. With a powerful blitz, the Ratman has taken it into a 1-goal game. And finally, the knocked out Ratman here is ready. So now it's 5 against 5 once again. It's turn number 30, and the demons will begin. The red demon lineman will begin, and he will do absolutely nothing. The Ratmen will instead have their turn. And they will also fail. There is a real nervous and exciting atmosphere in the game right now. And the one to break the ice is the succubus shooter. She will pick up the ball, and once again the demons will attack. The red brawler demon will try to activate 3 times. He will fail. Only one action. He will try to protect the shooter, but it's the Ratman's turn now. And I guess they will go directly for the ball. First, a lineman here. He will make 2 actions. And one is a move action, and the second one he will attack the shooter demon. He will need a roll of 3, but no, he will not make the hit. And then 2 good actions. Again, the Ratman will move against the shooter. And again, no, it's almost like she's protected by some kind of magic. And here the shooter will move in. And 2 out of 3 activations for this dodger. He will rush up the pitch and slightly to the left, right in between all the demons. He might try to draw some attention to him. The lineman here will move up to the brawler demon, and then turn will move over to the demons. The red demon lineman, he will make 1 action. He will move 4 squares and cross the center pitch. The blue lineman, he will also move, and he will move into the control zone of the dodger, as well as the green lineman here. He will also try to block the way. And now the succubus demon. What will she do? Can she once again take the ball to the end zone? 2 good actions, and she will try to dodge out of the control zone. That will give 1 free attack to the Ratman shooter, and he will hit now. He will hit, and it's a roll of 12. He will hit very, very hard. The succubus shooter demon will be injured. That means she will be out for at least the rest of this match, but potentially something worse. The ball will of course bounce, and it will bounce right into the hands of the shooter. But before we continue, we will see what happens with the demon shooter. It's a roll of 4 on the injury chart, and that means she will miss the next game as well. What a hit. That will also earn 2 XP to the Ratman shooter, but the brawler demon still has something to do, and he will be able to hit. And he will hit. and he will stun the Ratman shooter. He just took the ball. Now he will lose it again, and it will bounce 3 squares in this direction. And the Brawler Demon still has 1 action left, so he can attack the lineman as well. He will need a 3, and he also hits that attack, and he takes the lineman to the ground. Now it's the Ratmen's turn. The ball is in their own home zone, and they are all over the place. And what a catastrophe. The lineman took a chance with 3 dice. He failed them all. The demons will have their turn back. And the red lineman here, he sees the ball. He tries with 3 activation dice, and 2 of them are good. So he will move to the square with the ball. He will pick up the ball, and he will have 1 action left. He can move, and he cannot reach the end zone. He is on the very last step before another demon goal. Could be all over for the Ratmen now, but the demon still has activations left. 1 attack. And the Ratman here is also hit and stunned. And now the blue lineman. And he will fail to and make 1. So the Ratman will have their turn, but he will be able to attack first. But he hits nothing. Turn 37 out of 40. And the Ratmen must try to stop the demons from scoring yet another point. They are down 2-1. They have to risk everything. And, well, this red lineman can move, but he will take the initiative back to the demons. The red demon will activate. He will only need 1 successful action, and that will take him to the end zone. Flames everywhere. The demons have scored again, 3-1. The players will line up once again, and with a lot of stunned Ratmen, they will just be exactly where they were. And the shooter will move with 2 good actions into the ball. He will pick up the ball, and he will continue his movement. And his second action will also be a move action. He will blitz towards the end zone, but I highly doubt that it will be enough. And they will lose their turn. Now the demons will activate. The red demon will move, and he will reach the shooter, and he will attack him. He will only need a 3. So he will be pushed, but he will lose the ball anyway. And the ball will bounce directly up from the position where he was pushed. And now the ball again is loose, and the demons can pick it up. No, they can't. He failed 2 activation dice. The Ratmen have their turn again. And that will be the very last turn of this match. The Ratmen cannot win, but they can of course try to score. The shooter will activate twice, so it will be possible. He can move around the demon's control zone into the square with the ball. He will pick it up with a roll of 2, no problems. And with his final action, the Ratman shooter can score once again. He will earn 2 experience points, but the Fire Pit Trappers will win 3-2. And Ratman player of the game will be Vorai the lineman. That will earn him 3 experience points. And we will see how many game points the Rat City Rebels will earn from this game. It's a 2, so they will earn 3 game points. And player of the game of the Fire Pit Trappers will be player number 2, the Brawler Unshak. He will have 3 experience points, and the Fire Pit Trappers will earn 5 game points from this win. Thanks a lot for watching this Deathball match. Remember, you can find all the rules in the description. If you like the content, please subscribe, leave a comment, and I hope you will join me for future matches and bad reps.